Good afternoon and welcome to a brand new environment for us today. Look, you're in my office. So this is the 11th now Bailey Group coronavirus update, and today we're focusing on two topics: the changes that have happened last week in the self-employment scheme and the furloughing scheme. As you'll notice, I've brought one of my little boys with me today. Benny's here with us. He's really happy. He's got his Bailey Group mug with him, hasn't he? And he's been a good boy. He's keeping a close eye on the champagne and the red wine. He's a good lad. So let's have a look. The self-employed scheme then. What's happened to that? Well, it's been changed slightly. Exactly the same procedure is happening, but the percentage that you will be paid on the self-employed scheme has reduced from 80% to 70%. Still covers 3 months, and it will still be paid in one amount of money, but you'll only be getting 70% of your profits, not 80% as it was previously. Now, we've had a few inquiries in from clients in relation to getting qualified for this, where the HMRC say they haven't qualified. If you talk to HMRC, then they will review your situation. There's no official appeal against them saying no, but if you talk to them, they will review it and come back to you. Again, just to confirm, we can't help you with this scheme. We're not allowed to by HMRC. We'll give you all the assistance we can, but we can't physically ring up, or we can't help you with applying for it. The amount that's capped on that scheme now is £6,570, not the 7,500 that was before. So that's the limit, 6,570. And as I say, it'll be paid in one payment once you apply for it. Again, the gateway will open. You'll be able to book in a time to apply, and then you'll be able to apply. More on that in the future as we get closer to the new scheme happening. The second piece today is the coronavirus job retention scheme. This is formerly known as is actually known as the furlough scheme. And there's a new furloughing scheme now coming in from the 1st of July. Now, the furlough scheme, unbelievably, has helped keep 8,400,000 jobs. Over 1 million employers have used it and have claimed money through it. It's been a fantastic scheme, in my opinion. And the scheme basically stays the same, but drops down every month from July. So it's pretty complicated, but there are some important dates you need to know. If your staff are already furloughed, then the last furloughing time to put new staff on that are going to be furloughed is the 10th of June, because it's a 3-week furlough period, and the scheme will close to new entrants on the 30th of June. So you need to be careful about that date. 30th of June, the scheme closes to new entrants. So the last furloughing date, remember, you've got to be minimum 3 weeks for the furloughing, is the 10th of June. So just remember those dates, that's important. Now, the actual running of the scheme is quite complicated now. So what I've done is I've tried to make things simple, as we do at the Bailey Group, for our clients, because we know our clients like things straightforward and we give straightforward advice. So here we go. So David from Hartlepool, are you watching, Silly Billy? Because this is for you. He asked me to do this, so this is for you, David. So in June, what happens in June in the new furlough scheme is nothing. Everything is exactly the same as it is now. So in June, you'll be able to claim 80% of your staff's wages up to a maximum cap of 2,500, and the amount of national insurance and pension contributions you will pay is nil. Okay? So, in July, you'll still be able to claim 80%, and the cap will still be 2,500, and the contribution that you will have to make is nil. So the scheme is the same in July as it is in June. So from the 1st of August, so here we go, August, are we ready? August, you will still be able to claim 80%, and your cap will still be 2,500. But as an employer, you will have to pay the national insurance and pension. So you'll pay the employer's national insurance and the employer's pension contributions. In September, okay, so in September, you will only be able to claim 70% of the wages. And that means the cap will drop down to £2,187.50. So that's the maximum cap you'll be able to claim for the wages. You will have to pay the NI of the employer's NI, the employer's pension contribution, and 10% of the wages. This 10% of the wages means that the 2,187.50 equates to 2,500. So we're back up at 2,500. You'll have to pay 10% of the wages. In October, so we're talking about October, you'll only be able to claim 60% of the wages. The cap will now be only 1,875, and the employer will pay the employer's national insurance, the pension, and 20% of the wages. 20%. So when you add that 20% to the 1875, it will take the maximum people back up to 2,500. So if you think about that, you're always going to be paying 80%, you'll have to pay slightly more because the cap is reducing each month. So it's pretty complex, that, but if you run through that again on the video, you'll be able to explain it. That's why we've done it like this, so you can see month by month what physically happens. Again, we'll come back to that over the following weeks. We'll explain it a bit more as it comes through. So the employer will have to submit their data on the employees on the same form as has always happened, but you'll have to physically put the hours in now. So you'll have to put the expected hours in and the hours they work, because remember, you can bring them back part-time from the 1st of July, and that's the big major change as well. So you can bring people back, pay them, and you'll be able to claim the furlough for the balance of the work they haven't done. Again, more guidance will be coming out over the next few weeks, and it'll get expanded on, and we'll obviously be keeping you up to date with that as it comes through and feeds its way through. And so moving forward then, as you can see, the government are going to close the scheme at the end of October, so they expect the economy to be on the up by October. Okay, so they're the two main things that we're talking about today. We have a few questions. The few questions relate essentially around furloughing and part-time staff. So you'll all remember Tony from Wynyard. He's moved there from Liverpool. He was from Liverpool, but now he's obviously living at Wynyard. He's the guy who rang me early doors about benefits. He's then got a little job in a bar. He wants to take on some staff now in his bar because it's getting really busy, which is great. Remember, he only does takeaways. He only does takeaway beer, so he's not breaking any laws. So he's asking, can new staff be furloughed now? Well, no, they can't, Tony. They need to be up. The same rules apply as always. So they have to move. You have to have the staff need to be on early doors, and you cannot bring them part-time, employ them part-time and claim any furlough for them. So you've got to be careful with that. The rules are quite strict, and obviously HMRC will do audits on them. So that was a good question for you, Tony, to be fair. And I've got a final question from Barry, who also lives in Wynyard. Actually, I think he might be a friend of Tony's, I don't know. But Barry's asked me what's happening with the bounce back loans, because Barry's trying to get one, but he can't physically get one. Well, Barry, the banks are really, really busy with the bounce back loans, and some banks have actually put them on hold for the time being. Other banks are paying them out. So you've got to be a bit patient there with the banks. The scheme won't close until September, so you should be all right there, Barry, to get some money before the end of September. Okay? So, keep safe, everyone. And we just need to keep safe, everyone. And I've just been told that I've forgotten to mention something today. So we're going to mention something else. As you know, the Bailey Group is a very expansive group. And I said expansive, not expensive, expansive. We buy practices around the country and we expand our reach to help people around the country. So this week, I've got to tell you, we've bought another practice in Oldham. So the Bailey Group is now in Oldham, and there will be more things online and more things through our social media as we go through. Thank you for that, Alex. I forgot that piece today. I don't normally forget things. Look at that. Even Benny's laughing at me. Even little Benny's laughing. So there we go, guys. Stay safe. Have a nice weekend. And hopefully the weather will keep nice as it has been for the last couple of weeks. See you next week.